All right, now they can hear me. Can you say something, Baku? Nope, they can't hear you. All right, hang on a second. No, no. I hang on a second. I think I gotta fix this. It's okay, everybody. I will fix this. uh, all right, here. Let's do. All right, try that.
Hello.
There. Now they can hear you. Okay. Okay. False start. Here, let's just do that again. No, whatever. We'll just play it live. Hey everybody, welcome back to HitPoint.
Hello.
The most professional podcast on all of YouTube. Featuring myself, my good buddy here, Baku-san JRPG. Here we talk about anime news, niche news, JRPG news, and above all else, basically anything else that we kind of care about. Welcome everybody. I hope you all had a great week since our last episode. Baku, how have you been?
The weekend's not long enough. I want to take a day off tomorrow so bad. We just talking about this. I just need an errand day. I need a day where I can take off and just do my errands. I have an errand backlog that's about to get as long as my game backlog, and it's driving me crazy. I just need a day, so I'm probably gonna take a day off tomorrow. How about you? How's your weekend?
It was all right. You know, I had a weekend. Actually, I'll tell you a little bit about my weekend. I'm in the full swing of building my 90s room right now.
Right.
Yeah, I am in legit construction. You know, I've already put in some carpet downstairs, and now I'm putting in trapdoors. Yes, like hidden trapdoors.
Trapdoors?
Yeah. Like secret passage trapdoors. Yeah. Like moving walls and stuff. Like, yeah. I'll show it to you a little later on, but it's still a work in progress. But dude, it's of my own deviation, my own design. I've devised these with I've been tinkering around in Tinkercad, which is like a 3D printing program. I mean, like to like make some basic objects and stuff. It's designed to work on a scale of millimeters, but I've been putting in inches and stuff basically. I'm like, yeah, this is my CAD software.
Nice.
But yeah, it's been working really, really nicely. And then spent this morning with my grandmother, who is 97 years old.
What?
97 years old. Lives by herself out in a small town. It's she's a tough old bird. Let me tell you that. She's ornery is one word I would use to describe her. She's great.
I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that like now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she's great. But that's been my weekend. And oh my god, I got a new pair of speakers for my hi-fi system. They're a little bit of a work in progress, but I don't know if anybody out there cares. But I ended up picking up some Pioneer. They are HF 900s. I want to say, I think it's HF 900. Let me double check that just real quick, because they were a thrift shop find. No, HPM 900. Yeah, HPM 900s. Okay. And they are massive. Each one is about like 2.5 feet tall, weighs as much as like a heavy CRT television. They are gorgeous. I need to do some redo the foam surrounds on the woofers, but otherwise they're in good shape.
Wow.
You see that? You pulled that up?
Yes. I'm looking at them.
Here, I'll share your screen real quick, so people can see these. Yeah.
This right here.
That is them. They are heavy boys. They are they're gonna sound so good when they're all restored. I'm looking forward to doing that. But yeah, that's kind of been my weekend so far, man. What did you do this weekend? Anything fun?
I tried to play Get Over It, and I still couldn't get over it.
That's the thing with the guy who's like
getting over it. Yeah, the guy in the cauldron. I was trying to play Getting Over It. I couldn't get over it still.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys know this, but I know we talk about JRPG news, but let's talk about a game for a change that's not JRPG. Getting over it. Is this like cult classic, or maybe like a
It's kind of
what's
like
the right
QWOP,
word for
right?
it? No, it's not
QWOP.
co-op.
No,
No, no,
QWOP.
no. It's
You know
oh
the
no,
it's
no,
like
no,
the
no.
running
It's
game.
it's
Like that's
no.
in that it's ridiculously hard. Like you know what I'm talking about.
That it is ridiculously hard, yes.
And
It's meant to frustrate you, but
yeah,
it's definitely doable.
yeah.
I spent like 4 or 5 hours playing it. The world record is like a minute and 50 seconds. Like you can do this in a minute and 50 seconds. I spent how many hours trying to do this? So I watched the video, and the person's movements was like, godlike movement. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I just want to get over it one time. Um, what sparked all this is I saw someone doing
Mhm.
this for 50 times, and when you get 50, when you finish the 50 times, the cauldron turns gold. It gradually turns gold every time you complete a run, and
Every time you get
at the
over it.
50th time, yeah, every time you get over it, it turns a little bit more golden, turns a little bit more yellow, and by the time it's like when you finish your 50th run, just like sparkly gold cauldron.
Okay.
So she took it upon herself to do that, and I'm just like, I mean, look, if she can do this 50 times, I can do this one time, and just one time. I haven't done that one time yet, but
Wow.
work in progress. We'll get there.
Yeah, well, I mean maybe. We'll see.
Mm.
If not, will you ever be able to get over it?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Listen,
Well,
yeah. No, go ahead.
I was gonna remind everybody that here on HitPoint we do stream live every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Baku, what would you say is today's top headline?
Did you guys hear about Kingdom Hearts? Kingdom Hearts 4 to be exact. That's the thing.
Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts. Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Well, what's the crazy thing is, I was curious, so I looked up when did Kingdom Hearts 2 come out.
Oh yeah.
When Kingdom Hearts 2 came out? Do you remember?
Oh, Kingdom Hearts 2?
Mhm.
Let me think. If I think really hard on it, I'm gonna say 2003?
2005.
5. Okay.
Close enough. Then when did Kingdom Hearts 3 come out? That was way more
2018?
recent.
2018 or so?
20
If I had to
is it
guess.
20 is it hold on, it's like I think it's
I'll look it up.
no, it's like 20 I thought it was like 2020.
No.
No? Kingdom Hearts 3 though?
Kingdom Hearts 3 was released January 25th, 2019.
2019 in Japan.
Yeah, 25th, January 25th, worldwide actually.
Oh, really? Okay, so
Yeah.
2019. Okay. So yeah, that's so many years. So many years. So it's crazy that Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming out maybe soonish. Who knows? The question is, will I be able to get over it first, or will Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out sooner? I think we need to start a betting pool. Yeah,
that's a good question. I don't know.
That's a good question.
Speaking of good questions, we got some comments from last week's video that or episode rather that maybe we should take a look at.
Yes, let's do that. From Nano Glitch, we've got a comment, and now we know why it's customary to greet the chat at the start of a stream to make sure you're actually live.
Yep.
Smiley face. Questions: Are we actually live? Are we?
Yeah.
Are we live?
Chat seems to be keeping up with our conversation. Yep, they're talking about Kingdom Hearts release in 2019 in January. Yep. Okay. Cool.
We're sure they're not
solidly
just
live.
talking about Kingdom Hearts among themselves just because, like, incidentally.
Oh man. Yeah, the funny thing is, hilarious. I've done this before, but it's been a long time. Baku, like I know, how long have you been streaming actually? Let me ask you that question. When you stream on Twitch,
5 years, maybe?
5 years or so?
5 years, yeah.
Okay, yeah. My very first live stream was a game I reviewed was Secret of Sword of Mana.
Oh, Sword of Mana.
Yeah, let me look up when I released this.
It's actually going on 6 years for me.
So, okay, so the first game I reviewed was September 15th, 2015. So I started streaming back in mid 2015. So it's been about 7 years of streaming live content on the internet. And I think this is the first time I've gone live and didn't actually hit the go live button in 6 years. At least like
Really?
5 or 6 years. Yeah, it's been a while since I've made that rookie mistake. But hey, you know what? That's all right. You know, life is a series of pitfalls and learning from those pitfalls. And I'll just pretend that this is a sign of my improving. Yeah, I'm improving. That's what this goes to show. Huzzah!
I mean, you better than me. I think I made that mistake on Twitch like maybe couple months ago. Pretty sure. He's just like talking to yourself. You meet them. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. And you're just like going on. And you're like, oh, I'm gonna be playing this game, and just silence in the chat.
I know.
Silence.
There have been times when I've gone live to play a game and people are trying to avoid spoilers, and it is just absolute crickets because it's like I'm streaming to like maybe 5 or 10 people, because like Shin Megami Tensei 5, like a lot of people want to play that and experience it for the first time, right? So when I was playing through SMT 5, like it would often feel like, you know, go live, and then after like 10 minutes of playing, people start showing up and like, okay, I didn't go live to nobody.
Well, see, that the problem with that is, you know, usually they will at least say hello. Like, hey, how's it going? Hey, can't really stay. Kind of want to play this game. I'll lurk, you know, like drop your lurk. Like, thank you. It was like no greetings.
Oh man,
absolute silence. And then I'm just like, what is wrong? I'm not trying to like, you know, I'm not trying to say like I'm like super popular streamer, but like there's at least like 1 or 2 people who would say hi when I start stream. Like this is highly unusual. And I looked over and I have not gone live. So I was like, oh my God, I've been talking to myself for like half an hour.
I mean, here's the thing is I thought that I had gone live. I was pretty sure I'd clicked the go live button last week, and I saw chat was moving. I was like, oh yeah, chat's hanging out. They're getting into it. And then it wasn't until somebody who said, are they late? Baku and I both saw that, and it was like, yeah, I should hit that go live button. Anyways, yeah, that was fun last week. You know, there is an unreleased hidden half hour. I happen to still have it on my hard drive. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Probably nothing, because it's legitimately just a rerun of the first half hour. So yeah, we'll just consider that a lost episode. Extra practice. That's just for a moment in time for Baku and I.
You know, we're training people to come in at 8:30 now, or 7:30 now.
You know, you're not wrong.
Listen, 8 p.m. Eastern sharp. Okay, guys, just stop it. Don't make this a habit. Anyways,
right. So we got another comment from last week. Actually, a couple of comments. You know how I had offhandedly mentioned that quote from Shigeru Miyamoto that a delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad, or something of that sort? Well, so there was a couple of people who responded to that. So there was first some random guy who said, a delayed game is eventually good. A rushed game is bad until it gets patched. And that's a statement of fact now, and it kind of makes me cry. It's like, yeah, it's true. It's a very good point. That would be an adapted adage for today's world. And then Hercule, who brought this to my attention, he said, or they said rather, recently they did some research and it turned out that Miyamoto never gave that quote. Yeah, so I had decided to go ahead and do some research on that, because that it turns out is probably true. So it sounds like that's been misattributed to Miyamoto. So I went ahead and did some hunting for the source of the rebuttal here, and it looks like that came from on Twitter at GameResearch_E, who goes by, I guess, Game History on Twitter. Apparently, the quote was very first found in GamePro in relation to a game called Blasto, and it says that it's an industry catchphrase, and that was a catchphrase, I guess, as of November of 1997.
Wow.
Yeah, so then you can go on to yeah, I've got a link in the description, or I will have a link in the description soon to the whole Twitter thread where they kind of go into this and the implications of that and how it relates to like video game hype culture. By the way, hype responsibly. And you can find that. It's a super interesting thread. Go check it out if you haven't already. Yeah. Apparently Miyamoto never said that.
But what if?
I'm pretty sure it was actually stated by Albert Einstein instead.
But what if? Okay, what if?
Yeah,
it's an industry catchphrase as of November '97, but Miyamoto actually said it in Japanese just a couple years before,
maybe,
and it get translated into.
What Baku, if? We need to go further. We need
to go further.
Yep, we need you to track this. Yeah, I wonder if there's a way that you could search for that phrase in Japanese on Google or something and see how far back that goes.
Extremely hard.
I know. That's why I'm kind of curious about that. But who knows if it was already a catchphrase in '97? I mean, that must have been attributed to somebody, but it's apparently lost to time. So it could have been, hypothetically, Miyamoto could have said that in like 1993. And we would never have a way of knowing because he probably would have said it in Japanese. And
it used to take years for these kind of things. It's like, this is like pre-internet. It's like the dark ages, right? Like information travel was like pretty slow back then.
Pretty much the dark ages. Yeah.
Well, here's the extra side quest for all of you. Figure it out. Try to find the source of that quote. We gotta give them some homeworks, you know, like, give them something to do.
You bet.
All right. And then the last quote that we got here, not quote, but the comments that we got here is from Radiant Gaming from our last video. Quote, being recognized makes me want to say thank you, Derek. Me and an old friend have watched you for years. We met through an old retro RPG board online, and we both actually found out that we both watched your channel. Lol. So anytime you made a new video, it was something we'd always talk about. So thank you. Thank you too, Baku. You have not been forgotten. Thank you for not forgetting me. Radiant Gaming.
God, that's the sort of thing that like makes my day. Honestly, that just warms my heart. Gotta love it. Thank you so much.
It warms mine too.
And I responded to that comment as well. To if you hear us talking about you again, Radiant Gaming, tell your friend I said hey as well. So welcome. Let's go ahead and take a look at this voicemail now, because we did get a voicemail. And if you would like to leave a voicemail, you can reach us at 785-337-3805. But yeah, we got one, and here it is.
Hey, SuperDerek. Hey, Baku-san. This is Matthew Money calling again. We touched base last week about Relayer Collector's Edition. Sad news about that. But I do have a serious question this week with the Nintendo Wii, where people have bought digital games on that system and they can't re-download them and they just can't play them in general. I'd like to know, would you consider still buying digitally to this day, knowing that this may happen down the road in the future? I appreciate it, and thank you guys very much.
All right, so I had to cut that one down a little bit because it did go on, but it's talking about how the Wii Shop Channel games are no longer available for downloading at all at this point. And it was one of those things where Nintendo just kind of, people weren't sure if it was like a server went down or what. It was just no longer available. And if it was a server that went down, like people were like, well, maybe it'll come back up. But it's been a couple of weeks now, and there has been no word from Nintendo about it. It's gone.
Wow.
Yeah. So, with that in mind,
I could have sworn they said something about taking down the Wii store before. I could have sworn we talked about this.
That I think was different. I believe that was in relation to like the end of life of the Wii U, maybe. And the 3DS eShops, right? But we're talking about the Wii Shop stuff, like, which has been down. Like, you haven't been able to buy stuff on the Wii Shop channel for a long time. But now, even if you've bought something, which you could before, you could go on and you could still re-download from the shop. But now that's just inaccessible entirely.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
So my thoughts on this are that that really sucks. And I've always been really hesitant and very apprehensive of digital only games for a long time, and it
Mhm.
started it started on the Wii. You know, because here's the thing with the Wii, they didn't really even have an account system at all.
Mhm.
Your purchases were tied to your Nintendo Wii, and if that died, your purchases went along with it. Like there was no recovery for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
other people have done it better. You know, Microsoft has done it better. Microsoft has done it pretty darn great, I think, actually.
Yeah.
You know, PlayStation's been doing okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, but anyways, I'm not really big into digital downloads, and I think this is a cautionary tale for everybody who might have just been burned.
Mhm.
Luckily, the Wii has been burst wide open, so that anybody who
Mhm.
really wanted to play X, Y, or Z game on it has been able to do so for very little effort and no
Mhm.
money for years and years and years.
Yeah.
So luckily, nobody's. I mean, some very technologically illiterate people might be affected by
Yeah.
this, but I feel like gamers by and large are a little more technically savvy and shouldn't
Mhm.
have too many issues trying to sort things out. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm expecting too much out of that though, because I'm a tech guy, and I know you are too, Baku. Like
Mhm.
we both do stuff with software development, but
Yeah.
so I don't know. Maybe that is
Uh,
a bigger hurdle than I suspect.
yeah.
But yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I don't really like downloadable games. I like buying physical copy if I can help it. I mean, this is where my hate for scalpers is really kicking in, like fully, because there are a lot of games out there, even regular editions, not even like limited collector's edition, just regular edition. Let's talk about East 8 for PS4 for a second, right?
Yeah.
So East 8 for PS4, East 8 came out for like Vita and on Steam and on PS4, but the Steam version had some kind of optimization issue. Us per us would be a lot of JRPG games on Steam,
Oh yeah. The initial
and
localization was awful.
if yeah, this is so for the longest time, fans know that if you really want to get the best experience for East 8, you play it on PS4. That's like sort of the way to go. And wouldn't you know it, the East 8 hard copies skyrockets to about $90 a copy years after its release. In fact, I was looking at it right around the time when East 9 came out, and it was
Hmm.
still sitting at about like $90 copy. Now, thankfully, NIS then did a reissue of the game and dropped it down to I think like $40.
Oh,
And
that was
now
a
even
reprint.
less.
So that
Well,
reprint probably
yeah,
has. Does it have the updated localization then?
I have no idea.
Because that's the only
I
reason
didn't. Yeah.
I haven't been super interested in getting the PS4 version physically,
Hmm.
because when it was initially launched, it had that original localization that got
Hmm.
panned really hard. It wasn't
Mm,
until the Switch version came out that they redid the whole localization as well,
hmm.
and then they ended up porting that or back porting that to the PS4 as well.
Hmm. Yeah.
But yeah,
Or to
that's
patch it probably. It's
yeah,
probably gonna be a patch. But,
yeah.
but regardless, like, I mean, I don't know about the passion, but as far as prices is concerned, like, it was $90 on eBay because it was just unavailable, and then it dropped down to about $40. You can buy it from the NIST store, and of course, across the board, everywhere, the prices dropped down to about, like, $40. So and now it's even lower. Now it's $30. Now that the PS5 version is coming out, the PS4 version, they're selling it for $30 now.
Hmm.
So if yeah, but we talked about that
Yeah,
in one of our previous show.
last week I
Yeah,
think
but
actually, yeah.
yeah, but let's use that as an example, right? So yeah, good on NIST for doing the reprint years later. I don't know why it took them so long, but it could be the pandemic. Like it could be a lot of reasons. So I don't want to like hunt them over this now that our logistics systems in this world is all messed up.
Yeah.
Probably not even a high priority for them, right, to re-release. So good on them for even doing that. But
Mhm.
let's talk about other games that don't get that reprint, right? All the
Yeah.
scalpers that's just holding the supply and artificially inflating the prices is insane. So forget getting hard copies for a lot of games. And then you have no choice but to get the software version, and then you constantly think to yourself, well, I don't really own anything.
Yeah.
I'm leasing the game, maybe.
Yeah.
Right. But at the end of the day, you own nothing. If the server shuts down, it's over.
I feel
Just like
like
all the MMO games and mobile games, like, right, all the ones and zeros sits on the server. If the server dies, that's it.
I feel
All
like
your stuff is gone.
I feel like the counterpoint to that right now is probably Steam. And that's because it doesn't seem like Steam, like they don't have a console that they're sunsetting, right? I mean, eventually maybe they'll sunset the Steam Deck, but there's really no real reason that they should ever have to do that. You know, it's just they'll, you know, they aren't console manufacturers in the same way that Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo are, right? So so if I were to get a digital only copy, I guess I would personally stick to PC at this point, because it seems like just that. Yeah, I mean, it's a much more. Why do I feel that way though? That's kind of what I'm curious about, because it's like I feel like PC gaming is a much more digital experience, just by sheer like the nature of it at this point. I guess I don't know. It just feels like it's a more ethereal sort of thing where like you don't expect to have like a physical piece of software like all the time. But for consoles, for me, I don't know. It's different.
I mean, do you remember back in the late 90s, early 2000s, like we did need CDs to play certain games. Like there would be like a DRM kind of thing. I remember playing was it Age of Empire 2. I had to put that little CD in my CD drive to play the game.
Same. StarCraft.
It wasn't like that never happened. Yeah. But then at some point it just went full digital.
One day I got a cracked version of Sims, and I was able to play it without the CD. And my mind was blown at that point. I was like, oh my God, you can play games without the disc?
You're right.
It was incredible.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like, Steam is my only exception. I own plenty of games on Steam. Steam's been around for years and years and years and years, and with absolutely no sign of disappearing anytime soon.
Yeah.
You know, the software is always there. You know, the server's always there. The entire business model is based on just that thing. Doesn't cater to any particular console.
And if the servers ever do go down, you can very easily pirate the games that you lost access to. Like you don't have to hack anything to make it work again. It's just, except the game itself,
Yeah. I think the only thing that I wish, and this is particularly painful for JRPG players everywhere, is that typically Japanese games are made for consoles. So, and they have a PC port as kind of a secondary concern. So that's why we have a lot of bad optimization, not just localization, but bad optimization, bad like frame rate issues and models glitching. I mean, Nier Automata is like the best example. It runs beautifully on PS4, beautiful, on the best game ever. And then on PC, it was just absolute like turd, and just no fixes, no support from Square Enix. Fans need to band together and made a fix that worked better than anything that Square Enix can do. And every time I bring that up, people are like, yeah, but fan fixed it. It's like, exactly, fans fixed it. You couldn't depend on anyone to do it, but the fans, what if the fans don't feel like doing it next time, right?
Yeah.
Like, you got to hold the company accountable. I know the fans fixed it. Right.
It's like how the fans fix every Elder Scrolls game and every Fallout game. Yeah, the fans fixed it. But you realize that you're like subsidizing a corporation with your free time, right? Like they should be doing this out of their pockets, not out of the kindness of your hearts.
Yes. This shouldn't be an altruistic like endeavor. You don't depend on the kindness of people. You gotta hold the people you buying this thing accountable, right? Can you imagine buying a car that like kind of works and then just expect strangers to come and help you fix the car because they're having the same issue?
Yeah, you buy a Tesla or something, and then like it's got buggy software, so you turn to like the Tesla fan community.
Right. It's just like, can you imagine how bizarre that is? Like, no.
Yeah, that would be insane. I mean, obviously the car aspect takes things to a completely different level of like safety, but I get what you're putting down though.
Yeah.
Well, that was a really great question. We could go on about that forever, I think, but long story short, I don't like digital only. Stick to physical if you can, and if you can't, PC is probably the better way to go.
Yeah, only if there's nothing on PC, and there are a couple of games that you can't get a physical copy, and there's no PC version. Then and only then, and even then, please wait for a discount.
Yeah,
wait for a sale.
So, want to move on to this?
Right.
Oh yeah, we got.
Yes.
What do we got here? What's this? Super Robot Wars.
Did you give our voicemail number yet? Did you?
I did, but I'll give it again. I'll give it again. Yeah. So again, if you guys want to leave us a voicemail and be featured on the show and have us go on a tangent of massive proportions, feel free to leave us any question you want at 785-337-3805, and we'll play it on the air and give it a listen.
Yes, and you guys leave us any super chats. We'll be reading it towards the end. So sit tight. Even if you type something right now, we'll just wait until the end to read it.
That's true. If you don't want to wait for us to answer a question via voicemail, just throw that into the chat, super chats, and we'll get to it at the end.
Yes. Alrighty, let's talk games. So, first piece of news is regarding a little gem called Super Robot Wars 30. Which is the 30th anniversary for the Super Robot Wars franchise. Not the 30th game, although, man, I feel like they've released that many over the course of 30 years.
That's. I remember that was a few episodes ago. You mentioned this, and I was like, "Is this the 30th one?" Because it feels like that. There are so many.
There are so many, and I haven't gone back to count. So one of these days I'll count and I'll figure it out. So through the official Twitter account, it's been announced that there will be a special stream covering new information related to the game. Most recently, the game released 2 sets of DLCs containing additional units and stories. Now, through data mining, folks had figured out that there are 2 more DLCs. So this announcement is probably going to be about those 2 additional DLCs they haven't released yet. But that's just speculation. Now, you don't have to wait very long to hear the official news. The stream is going to happen in April 12th in their official YouTube channel. Links listed down below. So if you're interested and want to know what's going on with Super Robot Wars, it's probably going to be in Japanese, but I imagine that the English translation will come basically soon after that. Since the game has a worldwide official release, I don't imagine that they would withhold these sort of information. There are also free DLCs that have come out in collaboration with their other Super Robot War like mobile game. I think one of them is like a free download for some kind of unit from that game. So lots of DLCs available for this game, lots of replayability. I haven't even touched the game because I heard that there are new DLCs coming. It's like, well, I'm gonna wait. I've only played this game one time. I'm not coming back. So that's my thing. So
that's a good call.
Because I saw the report. They're like, oh yeah, well, we data mined and we saw that there are 4 DLC, they only released 2, so chances are there are 2 more. Like, well, I'm not in a hurry to play it. The other game, I let it sat for like 2 years before I touched this. So I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'll wait. I'm not itching to play this. We'll see what happens.
Part of me wishes that I had done the same thing for Dragon Quest XI-S. Because like I played Dragon Quest XI, I nearly completed it, and then after that they're like, hey, those things that you wanted to see, the backstories of these characters, well, gotta play the brand new release Dragon Quest S, if definitive it is. No, I don't want to put in another 100 hours. I just put in 100 hours.
I can go on and on about how anti-consumer that practice is and how much I was not happy with Square Enix. I was not happy with Square Enix one day. And I didn't even play the game. So like I've got no horse in this race per se, right? Like I don't care. Like I didn't play it. But like I don't know, I was just really upset. Anytime I see companies doing like anti-consumer behavior, just like it gets on my nerves. And especially Square Enix. Like, they'll do something really good, like Trials of Mana remake. Good on you, Square Enix. That was beautiful. Everyone loved it. Do
Well
some more
done.
of that.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they release a new Mana game that's on mobile. Like, what the? Come on, dude. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Every time you praise them a little bit, they'll just be like, mobile game. Near Automata, great game. Derek should play it. Near Replicant, the remaster remake, awesome game. And then they're like, oh well, we're gonna release a new mobile game. And I was like, come on, Square Enix, please stop with the mobile games. But yeah, it's always like that. But anyhow, so we do have a upcoming release as well that I do want to talk a little bit about. And this game is called Ib, which sounds a little bit like Eve, but with a B. Ib is a 2012 2D psychological horror game that's getting a remake theme.
Okay.
So this is kind of a cult classic. So a classic, RPG Maker horror game that sort of sparked a bunch of like, creators to create, these kind of games. I do believe that there are two pretty notable ones. One is called Mad Father, and then another one is called Witch's House, and they're all sort of inspired by this game called Ib. Which ironically, those two games have received remakes on Steam. So now it's actually Ib's turn to get that remake. So Playism is bringing that over, and in this game, you control a young girl named Ib who is trapped in Eldritch Art Museum, where she meets two characters, Gary and Mary, and together they must find a way to return to the real world. The remake will feature higher resolution, new artwork, graphics all around, new puzzles, and new story. So this is pretty exciting for anyone who's interested in that kind of like, RPG Maker sort of 2D horror game.
I really enjoyed my time with Corpse Parties, so this might be up my alley.
Yes, it's like similar in similar vein. But yeah, do you want to take a look at the short trailer? They're not going to show any gameplay, but at least you can see the art style.
Sure. Yeah. Let's give this a quick gander here. Oh, you know what? It's occurred to me. There's no audio coming through. Let me fix that for everybody.
Okay.
Nope. Still no music. Let me fix that.
In the meantime, I'm going to look at chat and see what you guys, what awful things you all are saying right now. Still working now? Can you guys hear the sound?
Doesn't seem like it. Oh,
let us know when you can hear music.
There we go. All right, I'll start it over again. Sorry about that, everybody.
No sound. Hear it now. Working now. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I wish I had some gameplay to show you all, but unfortunately there isn't. Now, the game is slated to release on Steam tomorrow, so you really don't have to wait very long to probably see more from the game. Unfortunately, though, it will release initially only in Japanese, with an English, Chinese, and Korean versions coming in the near future. So the Steam site is completely written in English, so they have every intention of releasing in English. It's just for whatever reason they want to just like shoot out the Japanese version first and then work on the English like translation later. I don't know why they decided to do that, but it's what it is. So, but the game is there. So if you're interested, you know about Eve, you didn't know about the remake, or hey, I've heard of these games before and I kind of want to wait for a definitive edition, this is probably going to be it. So maybe add it to your wish list, see they have an English release, price drop, pick it up, and have fun with it.
I feel like the music that was playing right there, that was sounding kind of like a music box. Why is it that music box music always does one of two things? They either make you really freaking sad or really unnerved, because like there's two things. Like it's either, oh, this is like the sweet, like like the sweet heartbreaking music at the end of the game or something, but or this is the music that plays right before you die.
That's a good question. Why is that? I guess some like music majors in here can tell us. Like there's probably some kind of music theory involved. If and don't quote me, because I am not a musician I've not studied music, but typically when people hear music that makes them sad or unnerved, is usually like minor chords. So that could be something. It might be because the kind of sound that music box can recreate are typically in that range. Maybe I don't.
I wonder if it's also partly because like it's supposed to be like a sweet, tender thing. So that's how they're designed to be, music boxes and stuff, right? Like it's supposed to be a little girl would maybe play that and play a little bit of music. It's sweet, right? But you also have to associate that with some of those like really creepy dolls and stuff that they put inside them, and like those. I feel like maybe that's part of also why they have like that creepiness vibe to them as well. Like the porcelain dolls, you know what I'm talking about? Like I don't know, for some reason I've got that association, that mental association. So maybe that's why they're also super creepy.
Yeah, that could be it. It could be like a mental association. I think it could be multiple factors too. But it's interesting that you brought that up. I never really thought about that. But as soon as you said it, I'm like, you know what, you're right. It is like that, huh?
It do be that way for sure.
It do be that way. Yeah. All right. You want to go over some new game announcements?
You bet. Here, let's kick it off with Brigandine. The Legend of Runersia is getting a PC port. So initially, this was released a couple of years ago in 2020, the far off times of 2020. You remember those days?
Oh yeah, when I can go outside without a mask. Yeah.
Oh yeah. This fantasy grand strategy and tactical RPG is coming to PC via Steam. The player can choose between the 6 warring nations on the continent of Runersia, I hope I'm saying that right, to establish dominance over the land. You want to take a look at this trailer?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think you would like the art style here. Very pretty. Well, at least I thought the art style was like pretty incredible.
Have you heard very much about Brigandine before? I know you have the name, but I don't think I've ever
I played
seen
it when I was a kid. Yeah. There was a previous game. I forget what it was called. It was like Legend of Runersia.
Sounds familiar.
And yeah, that was on PS2, and that was the prequel to this game. And I played that game to death. Like I played every faction. I played it over and over and over again. But I have not played this. I turned it on, I made sure it worked, and then I never touched it again.
The character designer definitely has a style to him. He's got a type. I assume it's a he. I could be wrong about that.
3, 4, 5, and 6 nations.
I want to see some gameplay here.
Yeah, so you summon monsters, and then you can like upgrade them. You can have them change class. It feels a lot like what's that one game? It feels like Grisser a little bit, where like you have a commander, and then you'll have like units they can bring with you. But the units are monsters, right? And each of those unit monsters can level up and evolve. So it's really cool.
悲しく思う。
引くことはできない。私にも使命がある。
They're saying the game bombs.
このルーナジアは我ら財配一色にする。
そんな理不尽な世界は叩き潰さなくちゃいけない。
ティム・グスタフ、お前を撃つ。
真理を書く正義、我らゾアルーンの騎士が審判を下す。行くぞ。
剣を掲げよ。今こそ正義の名のもとに戦う時だ。
非可の者どもよ、我に続け。お前たちはこの戦場で敗北とともに知ることになる。
Okay, there. Now I should have the music volume sorted.
何を持ち得たかを。あいにく世は神のように慈悲深くないぞ。
やれやれ。まあいいや。ルド。
I don't remember if this game has English voice acting. I don't remember. I think there is. I think there is English voice acting. I almost want to grab my copy right now just to look at it. I mean, you're listening to Japanese voice acting right now, but I'm almost certain that there's English voice acting to this. So anyone like cares about that? Like, you're a little bit on the fence because you don't really care for the Japanese voice acting. I do believe there's English voice acting. So what do you think of this?
That was a pretty good-looking game, actually.
Yes. So some background stories to this. So I believe origin chapter. Oh, that's a new feature. I didn't even see that. Oh, they better release that on PS4. I'm really mad if they don't.
Do you want to keep watching the trailer or see what it picks up with?
Nah, I'll take a look at it later. But,
all right.
Yeah, so some backstory to this. So the original game came out in PS2, I think it was PS2. I'm pretty sure it was PS2. So quite some time ago. And they released that one game, and basically the companies dissolved, and then there's never a sequel. This is one of those games where, you know, good luck getting a sequel. Like, that team's long gone, and somehow through like just miracles, they are able to bring some of the folks back from the previous projects. They they also brought up some new folks because they can't get the whole team back. And then they released this gem, and it was pretty much out of the left field, where they're like, oh, by the way, there's gonna be a new Brigandine. And everybody's like, well, it's not April. Right? What do you mean? Shut up. There's no new Brigandine. And then we saw like a trailer that looks like this. The art, you know, the logo, everything super legitimate. And then I think fans of the original game were just in shock because they didn't announce this. They didn't go like, oh, by the way, we got the team together. We're developing this. It's like 80% with a launch date. Here it is. Did you know that we worked on this entire time? It's like, no.
Oh, that's awesome. Can you imagine that happening for, oh man, like a Suikoden game would be one, like, that would just be equally mind-blowing, I feel like, at this point. Or Square Enix working on another Chrono game. Oh, by the way, we reassembled the team. The team. Could you imagine?
Oh man. Well, you know, if it's Square Enix that they announce the game, you'll play 5 years later. So no. As far as Konami is concerned, maybe. We'll see. I think you have a way higher chance on a new Breath of Fire game because Capcom is still making RPG and still making games and still profiting.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have a way higher chance of seeing a Breath of Fire than a Suikoden. I'm so sorry.
That would be nuts.
I'm sorry to all the Suikoden fans out there, but I've got to tell you the truth.
Suikoden fans already they've got Eiyuden Chronicles. They're doing okay. They're doing okay.
Yeah. Oh man, Aiden's looking great. I saw like the recent newsletter with like some updates. It's looking so beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the next game that's coming out. I'm personally super excited about this one because this is one of my new favorite anime series.
I was gonna say, did you watch this?
Oh yeah, did you?
I only got 2 episodes in. I need to watch more. I should.
Yeah,
I really should be.
This is one of those anime that starts off pretty slow and cute, and then it just gets dark.
Yeah, I know.
But not like like superfluous kind of like dark. It's like it makes you think like twice. So
did we say what it's called?
Anime.
Did we say what it's called yet?
No, we have not. The game. This is we're talking about game. The game is called Main Abyss: Binary Star Falling into Darkness. It is a new action RPG from Spike Chunsoft, based on the critically acclaimed anime Main Abyss. The player will play as a nameless cave rider who will begin their adventure sometime after the series protagonists Rico and Reg began their descent into the world's only unconquered chasm called the Abyss. The game will follow the plots from the anime, but it will also feature a unique story that centers around the player character. The original content, if you will, is supervised by the series creator Akito Tsukushi. Okay. This game is expected to be released in fall 2022 on PS4, Switch, and the PC. Wow. Can we please look at that trailer?
I can't contain. Yeah, I'll be happy to look at this trailer.
Cannot contain the excitement.
Let's give this a look.
That's right. It's already begun. Chasing after Liza, the White Whistle.
And thus, the one she risked her life to protect is still going strong to this day.
Leader, I'm gonna do my best! Am I a robot? So, what's your name?
Welcome back. You two aren't cut out for it.
I already knew how you felt. My body remembers. I've done something like this before.
Well, that answered the question. There's going to be English voice acting.
Yeah,
definitely English voice acting. Yeah.
Oh, that looks pretty cool. You can create your own character. Yeah,
that's the player character. Yeah, this one's a player character.
It looks like it was pretty customizable as well. I like that.
What in the world am I?
Oh God!
And here comes all the deaths. Ooh, that movie was really good too. Oh yeah, there's more. That movie was so good. I saw the movie on theater. It was great. Yeah, so it's coming fall 2022. As stated, now you can pre-order the standard and collector's edition through Amazon, with more retailers coming soon. The collector's edition will contain an art book and a cloth poster. So if any of y'all are interested, head on over to Amazon and pre-order your copy today before the scalpers get to them. Yeah.
Thanks for the reminder. Oh God.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah, so this is one of those games. Well, this is one of those animes that man, it's just very deceiving. It just looks super cute, right?
It does. In the first episode or two was really cute. I never got
like, what am I watching?
I didn't get very far. I should keep watching for sure.
It gets real. It gets very cruel. I want to say cruel. It doesn't get very brutal. It gets very cruel. And it's sort of like when you're forced to face realities, what do? You come from, and I think they actually did it by design. Like the first 1-2 episodes, you're in the safety of like adults surrounding you, and you're sort of like in the in the civilized world, if you will. But then once you descend into the abyss, all kinds of things happen. You can't depend on anyone but yourself. and it's just like you versus the wild. There's no safety net, and no hose bars, of course. Everything wants you dead. It's like going to Australia.
Oh man.
Yeah, travel to the outback by yourself. Yeah, but they also confronted all kinds of like, mystical things and supernatural things that happens in the abyss, trying to uncover a mystery that surrounds the main character's mother. Everything is super cool. So as you get into it, it gets better. And season 2 is coming out, which is a direct sequel to the movie. So season 1 movie and then season 2. So highly, highly recommend it.
Awesome. All right. I think it's time we go ahead and get to our top headline of the day. Hey.
Yes. All right. Yes.
So, guys, did you know that it is Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary?
It's been 20 years.
I can't believe Kingdom Hearts 1 came out in 2002 and 2002. That's
2002.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we said like 1995, so why not 2002?
That's true. But yeah, man, that's wow, that's so long ago. It didn't even feel that long.
I know.
Here we are. Yeah.
Gosh, I still remember one of my very first jobs I ever had. I was an elevator watcher at and it's a long convoluted story, but anyways, it was my job to watch an elevator to make sure some people went up it and some people did not go up the elevator. Okay. And I was allowed to play video games, and I had like a portable DVD player, and I brought my PS2 along and I hooked it up and I played video games and watched the elevator, and I got to play Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 that way. And it was the best job I ever had.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cush. It was pretty sweet. But anyways, so 20 years ago, Kingdom Hearts 1 was released in Japan, and now Square Enix just celebrated that 20th anniversary with an event that they held in Tokyo. Those selfish jerks.
How dare you have that event in Tokyo? Come on.
Hugging all of the fun to themselves. Anyways, during this event, I guess, Square Enix announced that Kingdom Hearts 4 is currently in development. And they had a trailer to go along with it as well. And we're going to take a look at that in a little bit. But so far, there's a few things that we know about this based on the trailer and from just Square Enix talking about it. So Sora is going to continue to be the protagonist of the game series. Well, I guess I shouldn't have say continue to be, because there are 3 other protagonists that they've had in like the Birth by Sleep series of games. So yeah, okay, so that's cool. I mean, Sora's gonna be the main dude.
I mean, spoiler, but wasn't one of them really related to Sora anyway?
Yep, one of them was, and then
very much related.
But then there's also like 3 other Keyblade masters that you get introduced to in and Sora's just not even in Birth by Sleep, I think. So yeah, there could have been any other protagonists, but this one's going to be Sora, which is cool. You know what? I got to be honest. I'm actually really kind of surprised and glad that this next implementation into the series is Kingdom Hearts 4 and not like Kingdom Hearts some other BS title,
3.14
interlude,
dream.
Yeah.
Intermission lude.
Yeah, I'm just glad that it's not like some additional like Gaiden sounding name. They're just going to go straight on Kingdom Hearts 4. Because honestly, if they had been doing this from the start, maybe everybody would have played the Game Boy Advance version of the game that they released, Chain of Memories. But it sounds like a Gaiden, which so Baku, you haven't played very much Kingdom Hearts, right? You have not played any.
I haven't played any Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. So let me just catch up to speed here real quick.
Please do.
Every game that was released by Square Enix in the Kingdom Hearts series is canon. not just 1, 2, and 3, all 10 plus, including the MMO that was only available in Japan, are canon.
I do know that, and also just because I know all the memes, and one of my friends is a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. Actually, more than one of them, but one particular one that keeps talking my ear off and is like, "You gotta play this game." It's like, no, I don't. Isn't the rhythm game also canon?
I think that there is a extended scene or something somewhere that might be canon. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, but anyways, so they're all they're all canon, but they're all written on the seat of the pants. Like it's pretty evident as you play through them all. Like they're just really just making stuff up as they go. And then at the end, they tied a big bow on it and be like, "Hey, this is what we meant to do from the start. Please ignore all the plot holes." But that's the thing with Kingdom Hearts 3, they did put a bow on the whole thing at the end, and that's the end of that arc. So Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to start the start of a new arc, the Lost Masters or Lost Master arc, apparently, which is pretty exciting stuff, which means that this might be an opportunity for Square Enix to make this arc make sense. That would be a really great thing, and other people can join into this is presumably going to be a pretty good jumping in point. Maybe I don't know. I hope so. I hope that they can just sweep all of this messy story writing under the rug and start making something cohesive and coherent. That's my hope. That's my big hope. But anyways,
so did they hire a new writer though?
No. Is that going to be a problem if Nomura keeps doing the writing, you think?
I mean, you're asking for the story to be coherent, so yes.
Well, so
I am being facetious, but
I know.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Kingdom Hearts 4 currently is in development under Unreal Engine 4, and we'll be moving to Unreal Engine 5 here. And most notably here, let's go ahead and watch this trailer real quick. And I want to see if you notice something that others have noticed that I'm a little excited about as well.
Can you imagine if they bring Final Fantasy characters back into this game?
Okay, here, let me tell you something. I have not seen this trailer yet, and I've been waiting to get my live reactions for all of you. Okay. I have not watched any of this, so let's actually give this a go.
Yes. So instead of watching the trailer, I'm just gonna look at Derek's face because.
Okay, here.
No, wait, hold on. Let me. We talked about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we did.
I was telling Derek that the I was telling Derek
there
that
it is. It's Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah. Do you guys want to watch my Kingdom Hearts 4 right here? Yeah. No. So Kingdom Hearts 4 section of the trailer starts at 4 minutes and 5 seconds.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Prior to
go
that,
and skip around.
is 2 separate mobile game.
Yeah.
I think it's called something Union X, which is what you're looking at right now. And then there's going to be a new mobile game called Missing Link, probably canon as well. So play that if you're a fan. But we're only really interested in the new Kingdom Hearts console entry.
Yeah.
So, mainline entry.
I mean,
so let's take a look at that.
Granted, the mobile games are probably canon too, but anyways.
They're probably canon. They're probably most definitely canon. Okay.
Oh.
自分が望む結末ではなかったと絶望するのなら他の世界に退場すればいい。
I don't understand Japanese.
選択肢は無限にあるはずだ。
This was an event held in Tokyo, so there's that.
I don't know what that said. I'm gonna need a live translation, Baku.
Oh, look at how realistic that looks. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that.
Oh, we've seen
something
that before.
Something about choosing things.
Huh. Sora looks...
Hyper-realistic Sora looks so weird.
A little bit, but not bad. Is that Kairi? That's...
No.
You sure?
This is a character from somewhere else, yes. I think she's from the Union X game.
Oh, the Union Cross? Okay.
Yes.
What, you don't
This
know?
This is the War of the Living.
That guy, he looked like the Facebook guy. Hang on, go back 10 seconds.
Wait, the
Zuckerberg
Facebook guy.
He looked like Zuckerberg. The kid on the ground. Let me take another look.
Where's Zuckerberg?
There.
This guy?
Yeah.
This guy?
Split second. It's Zuckerberg. Maybe not actually. Okay, keep going.
Okay. Well, let me give you a quick translation. It says this is, you can consider this War of the Living, but in some sense to us this is the War of Death.
Okay.
So yes. Oh, the War of the Dead. Sorry.
I don't know why that looked so much like Zuckerberg for a moment. Oh, what's going on? Oh, it's one of the giant Heartless. Oh, he's really giant. Okay. Oh, he's got a
it
keyblade.
does look good. It does look good.
Yeah, it really does.
You can't argue this.
Okay, holy cow. Okay, is this gameplay or is this a cutscene?
Who knows?
Yeah. Okay, that looks like it's supposed to be gameplay. Is it actually though? That's what I wanted to know. Like I see the HUD down there, but yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 4.
Oh. It's funny to hear them in Japanese.
So that was supposed to be Hades, from what I had read.
Yeah, it sounds. Yeah. I mean, that's a recurring character. It sounds like seems like something he would do.
Yeah. Okay, so let's unpack just a little bit. So yes, again, they were saying that at least the girl was saying. So the girl, let's start there because so the girl's name is because I actually asked that friend who is like a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. I was like, who the heck is this?
Okay.
So she was telling me that this character's name is Strelitzia. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's got like all kinds of syllables. So she is part of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, not Union X, Union Cross.
Yeah.
Which I do believe is the mobile game that we saw earlier. And it's I think what I've read is that she in the series she was killed off in the world of Kingdom Hearts, but then so she appears in this new world, and this new world is called what is it called? The Quadratum, the odd word. So she was saying to Sora that you could think of this as the war of for the living, talking about the inhabitants.
Yeah.
But to us, this may be considered the war of the dead. So I think what she might be implying is that she and Sora are both dead from the Kingdom Hearts world, but now they're here. So that's how I interpret it. I don't know if that's, true, but it seems to make sense.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. So and that's and then of course the monsters show up, and then it appears that this is sort of like a new happening. This is not like a thing that happens all the time to inhabitants based on their reactions to it. They're completely shocked that there's a monster just appears out of nowhere. So it could be that they are in the real world. It could be that they're not in the real world. Who knows? But that's kind of the fun of it. So that's kind of what I wanted to add into the discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Quadratum is supposed to be something kind of like a real life Shibuya, Japan.
Yes. What you saw just now is based on the real life city of Shibuya. Now is it that they are actually in our world and she's calling this world Quadratum, or is this a separate world that mirrors the real world?
Hard to say.
You know what?
Right?
Kingdom Hearts never makes sense to me, so it's not going to start now, right? So
I mean,
you know what?
Like I told you, you asked if I played them. I've played most of them. I didn't go to Union Cross. I didn't do the mobile games stuff. I've done everything inside the Kingdom Hearts the story so far. Basically, all the movies, all the games plus 3. Did not do Remind. But even after and I did that with the expressed intent of I want to figure out what's going on with the Kingdom Hearts series, and even after all of that, it's still. I have a vague understanding of what a lot of it is, but it's really one of those sorts of things that seems like it's been haphazardly stuck together with chewing gum and duct tape, and it's all kinds of jank, but I kind of get it. But anyways, I'm really hoping, like I said before, that this is going to be a more entry level Kingdom Hearts, that they can just sort of start fresh, keep it basic, get people interested in the series, because I mean it's become a meme of itself at this point, really.
Oh, absolutely.
And I feel like nobody new was going to be interested in this unless they can make it make sense and make it approachable without having to without having to make up a whole lot of vocab. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Final Fantasy 13. Okay. Speaking of making up vocabularies, okay, so can we switch over to my screen for just a second?
You betcha.
Okay, so I do want to talk a little about this. Of course, this whole festivity is not just about Kingdom Hearts 4, although I would say that Kingdom Hearts 4 is probably the biggest announcement. There are new, merchandise that have come out in the Kingdom Hearts. Oh, it's not Kingdom. Square Enix store in celebrating Kingdom Hearts. So there are new merchandise there. Just a couple. You've got 3 different Play Arts Kai figure now. You got Kairi, Riku, and Sora. You've got actual keyblade. So if you want your own keyblade that also lights up, you could definitely do that now. You've been waiting for this whole time. They're also gonna have plushies and a lot more. I think they've got coasters, just all kinds of things celebrating the 20th anniversary that popped up. So for the full list of goods, you'll be able to find it on the Square Enix store. But if say you don't feel like using the Square Enix store, you can also head over to Ami. But their selection is going to be a little bit more limited. Additionally, there's I don't know, Derek, have you ever heard of a group called Super Groupies?
I've not, no.
Okay, so Super Groupies is a Japanese fashion brand in Japan that works with a lot of anime and game developers to make special limited runs of apparel And they're gonna have a collaboration with Square Enix. And it's not the first time. This is like maybe like the third time they've done it. With 45 limited items to celebrate Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary. It's gonna drop this summer. So if you guys are just really big fans of Kingdom Hearts, I'll definitely keep you guys updated. I know some of you guys don't like Kingdom Hearts. I'm not a huge fan, but some of you are crazy diehard fans. So this show caters to everyone. So
there are diehard fans who I'm sure are boosting my dislike counter right as we speak for my dissing of the series. I mean, I saw somebody put in the comments, I don't know if they were serious or not, but they said that there's like a 6-hour marathon video you could watch on YouTube that explains like the whole history or the lore of Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, this is the thing.
Oh no.
I've watched them and it still makes no sense.
It still makes no sense. Okay, listen, how about this? A compromise. Maybe it's just my lack of comprehension skill because I've watched a video like that. And I don't know if it's that exact one or, maybe it is. It didn't make any sense to me still. I didn't play any game, but I wanted to understand it. Maybe I would play it. I watched it, didn't understand it, didn't want to play it.
Here's the thing, though. I think that a lot of people are misunderstanding, though. It doesn't matter. The games are fun. Despite them being completely nonsensical, like and whimsical and all sorts of all sorts of like incomprehensible, it doesn't matter because once you're playing it, it's fun. It's just when it starts talking, you're like, oh my god, stop.
When it stops talking, stop.
I know. But otherwise, hilarious. It's a fun game, and I love the characters, and some of them are really cool, and I care about some of them. It's just like the whole overarching thing is like, yeah, I'm just going to pretend this part doesn't exist. Just for the sake of my own mental sanity and well-being.
Right? No, I definitely get that. But yeah, so definitely check these things out. And as there are more news on Kingdom Hearts, of course, we will definitely bring that to your attention.
What is that Keyblade that they've got there for $100?
$60, you mean?
Oh, is that 60? Okay, it was kind of
60.
Oh, okay. It was kind of Your little zoom. I don't know. It looks a little fuzzy on my side, so it looked like 7 or like 99. But what is the?
Wow, it looks really fuzzy. I wonder why that is.
I don't know.
Yeah, but this is just a Keyblade.
It's
like a 14-inch. Yeah, it's a 14-inch handheld Keyblade with a light at the end.
It's a 14-inch Keyblade, so it's like a little bigger than a key.
Yes,
it's like a key-sized Keyblade. Okay.
Yes.
All right. For $60, like remember when we were talking about the Kingdom Hearts digital download version and how if it came with a Keyblade, I might have been interested. They'd have to include a better one than that.
Can I just say that this is Nightmare Fuel? Like, right? Oh, you probably can't see this.
Yeah, zoom in there.
Tiny.
Oh god, the voice is
Nightmare Fuel. This is terrifying. Like, why would you do this? I've always told people that Square Enix don't make very good figures. Like I have a good amount of figures, not an authority, but boy, I've seen Square Enix figures and they don't look very good. Look at this.
$100 for Kairi?
Freaking Nightmare Fuel. Like this does not look good at all. This is
It's $200 for Kairi? Oh my god!
Oh, you know what? $200
is that a lot, or is that not very much? How is that for figure collectors? Is that like
$200 is pretty standard. Okay. Oh, Square Enix also charge like a Square Enix tax on their figures, and they're not. They don't make good figures.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I can show you like a Final Fantasy VII one.
I have a Kingdom Hearts 3 figure that I got for $6.
Oh yeah?
Yep, I got it at a Walgreens.
A Walgreen?
Yeah.
Of all things?
Of all things.
Wow.
Let me see if I can find it.
But yeah, so okay, so like 160 for so I think price gone up because of fuel charges and just logistics has sort of gone up, but This is the what is it? This is Tifa. That doesn't come with the weird interchangeable like mouth gaping expression. So this is a little better. But as you can see, like 160 to $200, that's not like unthinkable for figures. So definitely within reason, quote unquote. Yes. Okay.
I think I'm gonna have to stand up and dig through my closet to find my figures. So give me a second. In the meantime, feel free to move on to this next topic while I dig through.
Yeah, so let's do that. Hi, I've taken over. I've taken over the channel. Hello. Okay, so Square Enix trademarks Tactics Ogre Reborn in Japan. This is pretty big news. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but there was a data mine leak, if you will, that happened, I think, sometime back in September of 2021. And it was a NVIDIA GeForce Now servers data mine. And at which point, I think it was something like 18,000 titles were mined. And some of those titles were from Square Enix in particular. Now, a lot of them had specific names. Some of them just says, like, I don't know, Chrono Cross Remaster, right? And or Kingdom Hearts 4. Some of them just seems kind of far-fetched, and we just kind of laughed it off like, yeah, there's no way that all of these are real. But one at a time, these games starts becoming reality, right? So what do we got? Artriser. We saw Artriser remake that leak, and we laughed it off. Like, yeah, right. Artriser remake, get out. There's no way.
You mean ActRaiser?
ActRaiser, sorry, not Artriser. ActRaiser. ActRaiser, sorry. ActRaiser remake, no way that could be a thing. You're kidding. Then a couple months later, ActRaiser Renaissance came out, and we're just like caught completely blinded. We had not. It's just like what's that game that we just talked about? It's just like Brigandine all over again.
Oh yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, did you know that we remade this game from the ground up, like based on the original game? Here it is, and coming out in 2 months. Like what? So okay, fine, one game, okay, and then we got Chrono Cross Remaster announced, and wouldn't you know it, it's true, Chrono Cross Remaster came out, and now Kingdom Hearts 4 is announced and confirmed. So that list of games is looking more and more real every time they confirm or announce the game. So this is just the newest one, Tactics Ogre. Oh, well, not the newest. Kingdom Hearts 4 is the newest, but before that. So Tactics Ogre Reborn has been trademarked in Japan. So in that same data mine, we saw Tactics Ogre Remaster. So that was a thing that was in there. So if that list continues to be correct, we can probably expect Tactics Ogre Reborn to be a remaster of the original game. And probably not a remake. I'm sorry if anyone is disappointed by that. Now, I think the good question is, are they going to remake it based on the original Nintendo game, or are they going to base it off the PSP game, because the two systems are pretty different? I'm kind of hoping it's the PSP game, but we can definitely have a discussion amongst like the fans. Some folks are sort of like the Super Nintendo camp, and then there's like the PSP camp as far as like the system is concerned. I'm definitely on the PSP camp.
Which one do you think would look better in HD 2D if they were to do? Oh,
PSP for sure. PSP. I mean, graphics-wise, PSP looks better than Super Nintendo, hands down, no contest. It's more about like the gameplay leveling system that's going to be a little different, and class change systems.
Oh, I got you.
That's going to be different. Yeah. I'm going to bet it's going to PSP version, just because I don't see why they would go back to the Super Nintendo version. But maybe it's a new system altogether. Who knows? Because at some point, the remaster and the remake, the line kind of blurs quite a bit.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll see. Maybe it's like a half remake, half remaster.
And it's hard to tell.
But in any case,
yeah, because it just hasn't been really thoroughly announced as a result. So
yeah. And maybe this is not even going to be a thing, period. Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah, because I mean, Chrono Break, that was also a trademark at one point. So
yes.
Yeah, hype responsibly because it could turn into vaporware.
Hype responsibly. Now, so back to what we're saying about the data mine. The only thing that makes this more concrete than anything else that we've covered before is the fact that there are actual games from that same data mine that have become reality that we didn't expect at all, right? And I've just named a couple. There are more, but those are the 3 that I've named, right? And Tactics Ogre Remaster is on that list. So it actually does coincide with, what that list is saying. So it's pretty exciting news for fans. We've been waiting for this for a long time. A lot of fans have been calling out to Square Enix to release a new Tactics Ogre and also Final Fantasy Tactics. So man, it's exciting times. We'll see what happens. We'll see what actually happens.
Yeah. All right. So I went through my closet to dig these out because I don't know. For some reason, I didn't feel like they needed to be displayed. But here, I will show you some of my figures that I have of Kingdom Hearts, and you can let me know what you think. Okay. So here I'll start with this figure. It is of a Dusk. Let's see. No. There we go. It's a Dusk. It is.
Oh my god.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. So it's one of the nobodies that you can get. So yeah, that's a Dusk. But I also happen to have Sora.
Oh.
I have Sora. So I'll show you guys this incredible figure of Sora, and you can let me know what you think here, Baku. We have Sora at home.
This can't be real. This can't be real.
This is real.
No,
it's from
stop.
Diamond Select Toys. Yep, 100% real. Here's the promo art. Here, maybe this looks a little bit better. They also have Donald, no Goofy though, and Chip and Dale. It was in clearance.
Why does Donald look so much better?
It was in the clearance section. I have no idea why.
Why does Donald look so much better?
But yeah, here I go. I have almost.
Dust looks fine though. Dust looks fine.
Yeah, not bad for $6.
It's just Sora. Just that face. He'll fit right. I get it. That is Sora in the style of Toy Story. That is Sora. No, because he was. Yes. No, that makes sense. That is Sora in the style of Toy Story. I get it.
You think so?
I get it.
You think so?
That is definitely a Toy Story look to it. It looks like Buzz Lightyear with like in a Sora cosplay. Look at those eyes.
Copyright 2018. When did Kingdom Hearts 3 come out?
Before that. Oh.
No, after that. 2019,
after
right?
That.
Kingdom Hearts 3
sorry,
was just...
I meant the copyright here is before.
Yeah. So maybe it was made in conjunction, but it doesn't say Kingdom Hearts 3. And it does say limit form, which I believe is a Kingdom Hearts 2 thing.
Interesting.
Yep. So yeah, I'm sorry. I just remember I remember you saying how bad those figures look, and I was like, Baku, I feel like I need to help put things in perspective for you a little bit. So if this is $6 and that other one is $200, well, how much are you really paying for?
I'm telling you, I typically will not buy figures that's made by Square Enix. Like
Yeah,
they're not. Yeah,
I
they're
don't blame you.
not good at making figures. They really aren't.
By the way, you might not know this, but first you might not notice, but he has zippers that go up the middle of his shoe. But that's not the thing I was gonna say.
Are they functional zippers?
his shoes though are normal in the new Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. Did you notice that? Or 4 trailer?
Yes.
His feet are no longer clown shoes.
That was one of the first thing I noticed, actually. Especially, okay, so he wasn't wearing any shoes when he wakes up.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
And the girl was, right? So then I'm like, he's barefoot. Okay, whatever. And then as he's running into against the the crowd, that's when you see him in shoes. And I'm like, those shoes are normal size. What's going on, Nobuta? What's going on?
I don't know. Who knows? Gosh, I wonder if Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to have any Disney characters, or if they'll just be completely. Oh no, I guess they have Donald and Goofy still at the very least. Okay. All right.
I heard Star Wars might be involved, but that's just in the rumor mill.
I mean, for all we know, it could also have like Deadpool, right? Because of Marvel.
Yeah.
So it's all on the table. I mean, it's probably not going to though.
And anything goes. I'm excited to see what they bring to to this next game. I'm excited for all you fans out there. I probably won't play it, but just
we'll see.
I'm not mad at it.
I probably will, since I've already done the footwork of playing the first several. So, all right.
But you see the hyper realistic characters though. Like when you go back and you look at the other character, what's her name, Strelitzia, like you can see freckles on her face. And I'm just like, wow, they're going for like hyper realistic characters. What's going on? Like, is this what happens to you when you die? Like you die, so you die, you go from like a cartoon into like, I'm a real boy here, like, and all your shoe sizes shrinks like 5 sizes, right? Maybe that's what happens.
Or maybe Sora was dead the whole time and he's back in the world of the living. Who knows?
Well, that would have made way too much sense. And so
that would make so much more sense. Yeah. Anyways, you want to move on to this next bit of news here from Atlus?
Well, let's finish off with the data mine.
Okay.
Just one last bit that I wanted to say is so among the games from that data mine, the NVIDIA GeForce Now service data mine, there are 2 titles that stands out that has yet been announced officially or really trademarked. And will be interesting to know if those become true as well. And that's Final Fantasy IX Remake and Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster. So those are the actual like working title in that in that leak, if you will. So the actual title may vary. For example, Chrono Cross Remaster was listed as Chrono Cross Remaster, whereas the actual release is Chrono Cross Radical Dreamer Edition, right? Yeah. So the name can change, right? But it doesn't change the fact that like the nature of the game and what title it is remains. So there's a good chance, I want to say, Final Fantasy IX Remake. And I typically don't like doing rumors, but
they're
I can't
so
deny,
well founded at this point.
Yeah, I can't deny that the games like Kingdom Hearts 4 was one of like the outliers where people don't think this is real. Here it is, Kingdom Hearts 4. Congratulations. Chrono Cross Remastered, boom.
The writing at this point is on the wall. This leak is substantial, and holy cow,
pretty substantial.
How has NVIDIA not been sued by so many people at this point for this leak? Like, this is pretty bonkers.
Well, unless they don't care that it's leaked, right? I mean, don't know.
Maybe.
What if they just don't care?
People do care though. Like people do care about actual leaks. That's the thing. But anyways,
yeah, I feel like
it's exciting.
Leaked game news at this point is just another form of like advertisement.
Yeah,
they've learned to like just
weaponize it.
At this point.
Yeah, that's exactly what my whole fake news article was about during the April 1st episode. And if you're not familiar with that, go give it a watch. But yeah,
go watch it.
Leaks are so many leaks at this point are contrived and fake. You know, people because when you leak something, it's like, yeah, that's the facts, you know. But everything else that it's kind of like the difference between posting a video that I made to Reddit and then saying, hey, you can't post that here because it's self promotion or whatever. And like, oh, okay, well, I guess I can't do it. But if you go there and you post, look at this video my friend made, then Reddit's like, hey, it's like that. But it's true because people just, if they see you trying to give them information or give them a video, they're like, oh, why are you trying to foist that on me? Get that crap out of here. But if it's leaked though, and they don't know that you're getting, oh, well, give me that. That's salacious. That's a new, oh, this is uncut information. This is, you know, that's just, people are weird sometimes. And anyways, yeah, corporations have caught on to that, and a lot of the leaks are not actually leaks. This feels like a real leak.
Yeah, well, we want in on secrets, right? If you tell me outright that's just a promotion, but if it's a leak, well, it's a secret.
Yeah.
It's a secret that you didn't want me to know, but now I know it, and there's value in that somehow, right?
Yeah.
So I definitely get that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that reminds me, everybody, shh, don't tell anybody about this podcast, okay? Just it's between you, Baku, and me, okay? It's
no one cares.
This is a secret podcast. Nobody gets to see this but you and us, okay?
Just us. Okay, so we'll keep our eyes out for any new actual official announcement. You can bet that this podcast will cover it. Now we can finally gracefully move on over to the Atlus news. If you can call this news.
Yeah.
It's
kind of news-ish. It's news for people like you and me.
Yes, it absolutely is. Okay, so Atlus shared the streaming guidelines for 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. So this title was originally released back in 2020, so 2 years ago. And so why are they sending out a guidance now? Because this is in conjunction with the Switch release that's coming up. So it's just some things from the actual guidelines, and for streamers, content creators out there, here's for you, and we'll link the actual guideline down below. So here it is. Number one, if you are planning on live streaming or posting your gameplay, please include a spoiler warning on your video title. Avoid including major story spoilers in your video thumbnails, titles, and descriptions. Number 1. 2. Additionally, please do not stream content past the ending cutscene after the final battle, or replay the final cutscenes within the game's archive. 3. We ask that you do not upload background music tracks or stream with the specific purpose of distributing the music of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim.
Sure.
And lastly, to allow for distribution and streaming, please include the proper copyright at copyright Atlus and copyright Sega. So those are the 4 main points. There's some other legal needs in there, but those are the 4 main things that you would want to do if you're a content creator and you plan on doing content for 13 Sentinels. I kind of brought this up. I kind of want to bring this up because I kind of want to have a discussion with all of you, and of course with Derek.
Yeah.
These guidelines matter. What are your thoughts?
All right. Well, so I've got some thoughts on this. I mean, so presumably some of these are there to help prevent people from being spoiled. That's why they're saying you have to put spoiler in the title of your videos. So a lot of you might know this, who follow me on Twitch. Every time I would stream through Shin Megami Tensei 5, I would have to put spoilers in the go live notification, basically, or the title of my stream, because apparently Atlus doesn't think people who are on Twitch might think they would encounter spoilers by watching someone play the game.
Yeah.
What the is up with that? To start with, that is so freaking stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, they, at a certain point, if you're on the internet, you need to take responsibility for your own spoilers, and have some context clues. Like, I don't think this is solving a problem that anybody actually have.
Right.
At least as far as spoilers go. Second thing, thoughts about like including the proper copyright copyright Atlus, copyright Sega, as if anybody thinks this is my making. Like they think I made this game. What are they thinking? I feel like these come down from Atlus of Japan, who does not understand how we do things in the US, I think. They seem to be operating in a different century. And I don't know. What do you think about that, Baku?
Okay, so I think some of them are pretty fair, some of them are kind of silly, right? So let's
like
start back in the
spoilers and
beginning.
thumbnails and stuff. Yeah, I get that. Descriptions.
Thumbnails, get it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Description, get it. Don't name like your description like, oh, where did you know that this character is actually this? Like, watch and find out. Like, don't write it out. Don't show like thumbnails of spoilers. Don't make videos about spoilers. I get it. If you need to talk about it, avoid spoiling people by talking about it in a kind of more indirect way. You can still discuss like the impact
or
and how
include
you
the
feel.
spoiler tags. Sure.
Yeah, or include spoiler tag. I get that. More for like videos, like YouTube.
Yeah.
Streaming though is a different thing. Put a spoiler tag on it. I kind of get, but at the same time, are you really watching someone play the game live and not expect spoiler? Like, what are you on?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of this is more for YouTube videos than anything else.
But they don't restrict it. Like but it's still a blanket thing, right? Like they don't specify that in their legalese.
That they need to do. Well, these are the points that they want you to do. I don't know what the consequences are of not doing them.
I feel like there's an implication in some of these.
Probably the MCA.
Yeah, that's the implication. Maybe not the actual threat, but that's definitely what they're implying here.
Yeah.
It's like this reads like an embargo. But here's the thing. You can't have an embargo unless you sign something. Like an embargo is something that I agree to, right?
Yeah.
Like if I get a game a month in advance, before they'll send me that game, which by the way, we don't get a game a month in advance, hardly ever. And if I do, it's more like a few days in advance. But they'll have me sign an NDA and an embargo, and there'll be an embargo release date, and then I get to talk about it. And then all embargoes are off once the embargo release date is done. This reads like an embargo that has no execution date, no expiration date.
The dates are actually in the actual guideline. I'm just
thank
giving
God,
you
because they did not.
There are dates.
They did not have expiration dates. They did not have expiration dates in SMT5. In fact, when I was trying to stream it, I reached out to Atlus first and I said, hey, what's the expiration on this embargo that you're imposing on people who have not signed this embargo that you're imposing on people? And basically their response was it's still in effect.
Actually, let me correct myself. There are dates, but there are dates in which you can start streaming the game, not ending the embargo. I'm sorry, that's a different kind of dates.
Yeah. So
no.
So like from a legal perspective, I don't think that there's any real leg for them to stand on if this were to go to court. But that's the other thing, is that corporations 99% of the time are never intending for these things to go to court. They're looking for ways to use their influence to DMCA your videos and shut down your channel and ruin your life and everything that you've been working towards, essentially. So with, little flick of the switch with some back of the house stuff, like what happened with Totally Not Mark by Toei Animation, right? Like there's this implication that, here are the rules. It'd be sure nice if you'd follow them. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. They might not be legally binding, but we will ruin you if you don't.
It would be a shame if something were to happen to your channel.
Yeah. So I don't know. It reads like threats to me, and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, some things make sense. Like, don't post thumbnails.
Yeah, don't post music. That makes sense.
Don't post music for the express purpose of distributing. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Some other ones is kind of silly and outdated.
Like not posting the cutscenes at the end. Like after you beated the game. Oh, well, I finished the boss. Time to close the game. So you can't see the
goodbye, everyone. I'm gonna watch the ending by myself. See you later.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah,
that's messed up. So
yeah. This is especially weird because this game came out in 2020.
That's also really weird. Yeah.
And the port, my understanding at least, there's nothing new. It's just a port. It's a straight port.
They also had similar guidelines for Shin Megami Tensei 3 remake or remaster.
Really?
Yeah, which was a 2005, 2006 game on the PS2. Yeah.
I mean, are there changes to stories?
No, I don't think so. It's just pretty much a straight up port. But,
correction to myself. Straight port with improvement in gameplay, but not story wise.
Yeah.
Story wise, but
it's a remaster, basic remaster.
Yeah.
So
sorry, I was talking about 13 Sentinel, not SMT. I have no idea about SMT.
I got you. I was talking about SMT, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, this just what do you all think? Let us know in the comments. What do you all think about these guidelines? And it's not just Atlus. It's like different companies have different guidelines, different level of strictness. I mean, do they all matter? Like, to what point, right? What are things that we can kind of agree to that are like good practice that actually makes sense? What are things that are just silly and they're imposing it for really no reason? I remember there was this one game where they just did not allow people to stream it at all. It was extremely strict. Was it Persona 5?
Persona 5, you couldn't stream past like a certain month within the game, and it was, and that's something that I even adhered to back in the day for that. And so I streamed like a few days of it, and like, okay, well, I have to finish the game off by myself so I can review it, and I didn't stream for like a month.
I think people are just gonna not stream these games.
It's so weird. It's anti-streamer, but it's also like, in a way, it's them also shooting themselves in the foot in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to dissuade a lot of streamers from wanting to stream their games if they're going to be like this. And that's also how a lot of people, like, that's them turning off the free press button,
advertisement. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we'll give them bad press though.
It's well, unless they start DMCAing people. If they start DMCAing like small channel for no reason, then it's gonna be bad press. And I'm still boycotting Toei right now over that. So
I know. I mean, Totally Not Mark has finally gotten everything back up, but basically it's through no cooperation of Toei.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not apologetic. It's not like they went and say, "Oops, my B, I messed up. Let us help you fix this, do that." Nothing.
They're like, we'll do it again.
We'll totally do it again. Yeah. God. So no to that.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, let's move on to some fun stuff that I think Derek might enjoy, and you might too. So if we can switch over to my screen really quickly, and let me show you some fun stuff.
What do we got?
So there is a thing called the Mother department store that's gonna take place in what is it called, the Hobonichi in Tokyo. So Hobonichi is I believe is the department store. But in any case, so they are going to host a special event that is going to go over a couple of days with all kinds of new basically Earthbound goods.
And I saw Boney. I saw Boney from Mother 3 there in the shirt and the hat.
Yeah, here's some of said goods.
There's the clay dude. Oh, I love it.
That's the clay dude. Yeah.
Oh, they got the pin. They got the pin. How do I get the pin? I want the pin.
You want the pin? Are you sure you want the pin?
I
let's get a good look at the pin.
Yeah, let's see this pin.
Oops.
How much are they charging for this pin?
30. Actually, like $30. Derek's like, why did they charge an armor like it's Japan? Okay, so let me let's continue. So this is all part of the online store for the Lifestyle Enjoyment Exhibition 2022. It's gonna run until May 4th, so it's a live event. So none of us probably will be able to make it in Japan for that. However, these merch will be available in the online store after the event, and I've included a link down below. So you can check out that item.
Do they ship internationally?
They do, and that's the reason why I took so long to write this docket, because I had to do some research to see if they would send us. You're welcome, everybody. Look, there's no point in telling you all about like, oh, look at these merch that you can't have. Well, okay, so let me just explain. So this is all in Japanese, but if you click right here, aha, it's in English. Look at that.
All right.
Hey,
hey, what's that Pollyanna book?
The what book?
It's Pollyanna Middle.
Oh, this?
Yeah. What is this? Is that
Remarkable breaks together 35 manga artists and creators who love the Mother series. So I think it's a well, I think it's just a book filled with like maybe short manga of Earthbound from different artists.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's definitely going to be in Japanese, so
I have Google
not translated.
I have Google Lens. It's okay.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So you could use that. We may need to update a link in the description, by the way, because this is I just realized that there's an English link, so we may just replace that. But yes,
I'll post in English.
The link,
I'll post it later.
Great. So the link, you can come back to that link after May 4th, and there will be more Earthbound merch available. So you're a big Earthbound fan, maybe some of these things will tickle your fancy. So how do you go about?
Ooh, Mr. Saturn plush looks pretty cool.
Why does this kid look so sad wearing the shirt? It's like he does not want to be here.
Because he doesn't know. He's never played Mother. That's why. He's never played it.
It's like add to
It
cart.
also looks like that shirt does not fit him at all.
Yeah. So once you add to cart, you can do checkouts, what have you. It's gonna ask you if you're an overseas person, and so they'll add in all the shipping and what have you. So definitely able to get it out there to you. Check if you check if they ship to your country. Like I'm just remembering that we may have European listeners. So viewer listeners. So if you're Europe, all bets are off. I'm just talking about North America, Canada, United States, Mexico, probably good. Elsewhere, check on them, see if they send out to you. But for the most part, they do overseas shipping. So you're welcome. This took me like a good hour to figure it out, because I was like reading through like this whole freaking article, and like a lot of things didn't make sense to me until I realized that when they said April 11th, they're talking about pre-registering for the event and not pre-ordering the goods.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, you're welcome. I took some time to read into this.
This kind of reminds me a little bit. They don't have a soundtrack, by the way, do they?
Not that I know of, but not
that I need one, but I'm curious because Terranigma had a similar event that afterwards also had a bunch of merch that you could acquire as well for a very limited time for the event. And those are some of my most prized possessions at this point. So
yeah. But hey, these could be yours if you really want them. Forsyth City.
Some of those look like they could be mine by making a quick trip over to Cafe Press also, to be fair.
Yes.
I mean, like those bags look super easy to like copy.
These bags?
Yeah. Like, oh yeah.
Fountain pen. Do you want a fountain pen? Do you want to
I actually have a fountain pen that is doing pretty good.
Really? I didn't think. Well, actually, no. You would be a fountain pen guy. But
I mean,
anyways,
you saw
check
my
out.
thank you note, didn't you?
That is true. That is true.
Yeah,
I got the last one.
you did.
Okay, so let's continue on. One more thing that you all may be interested in that's not
Mother related.
mother related. I was thinking about the English title. Is Dot Hack. So Dot Hack is also having their 20th anniversary, and they have a 20th anniversary. This one, it's going to include exclusive content like developer interviews, development documents, etc. And you can actually purchase this through Amazon Japan, and it will also ship international. This particular item will ship international. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you're a big Dot Hack fan, whether or not you can read Japanese or not, you just need to have this piece of history. There you go. 20th anniversary book available in June. Pre-order is open right now, and it's going to run you roughly $30 US, not including shipping.
All right. Yeah, that's not too bad I mean, if you're a real big fan of the original Dot Hack conglomerate, then
yeah. There are definitely fans out there. I don't know. I'm not a big fan, but hey, look, when I see these news and they're things that you all may be interested in, I'm definitely gonna let you know.
Does it specify if it also covers like the Dot Hack GU stuff that followed, like the follow-up campaign, or is it just the original set of Dot Hack media franchises?
No, I think it's the 20 years of Dot Hack history, it says.
Okay, so that'll cover everything, not just the original, but also GU, which is awesome because the GU games were a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it just says 20 years of Dot Hack history, so I don't necessarily know if GU is included. I could only assume that it is.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah. So link, I believe, is down below. I don't know if we've included the shopping link, but
I think we have, maybe. I don't know.
I think we included a link to this article, but the link is right here for anyone. Like you see Amazon.co.jp. Like you don't need to read Japanese to know what this is. So you can click here and it'll take you to look at this. So check it out. Yeah. Okay. And that's all the merch that's dropping. So we cover all of that.
Pretty exciting merch drops. I'm super excited about the Hobonichi. It looks I mean, that pin for $30 though. I mean, it's obviously it's the kind of pin that has the coloring on it, right? It's not just a cast, but it's, what do they call that? Enamel? The enamel pins. Yeah. So I mean, there's some additional costs that go into that, but it's also super small. It's like that big. It shouldn't.
Unless it's like huge.
I mean,
it's still like $30.
You never know. $30. I know.
You could probably look. I mean, it's probably gonna tell you like the diameter and whatnot. Like it's gonna tell you how big it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I was rich. I wish I could be like, oh yeah, $30.
Yeah,
sure.
$30. That's like chump change.
I know. I like the Franklin badge that I got from the guys over at Fangamer, So
yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
I love Fangamer.
Yeah. And the pin was reasonably priced. I included it with my purchase of the strategy guide for Mother 3, and it's perfect. Yeah.
Yes. Man, some of these and like maybe like mid-sized companies that would make these like game and anime like memorabilia / apparels, I think it's like 4Fans or there are a couple of them, and they always show up to like anime convention, game convention. We see them. I bought like plenty of shirts from these guys. Like I love the work that they do. So if you guys ever see them, definitely give them some support. Alrighty. So we're down to basically the last item, and this is kind of a fun one.
This is pretty interesting.
Yeah. So, as you guys know, Elden Ring. Have you heard of Elden Ring, Derek? Have you heard of Elden Ring?
No. It sounds like a crappy game.
Really?
I don't know.
It sounds like a terrible game.
It sounds awful.
Elden Ring? What kind of name is Elden Ring?
I don't know. It sounds like my Aunt Opal's wedding ring. It's this Elden Ring that she yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that is.
Like it's only slightly better than Final Fantasy Origin. Ugh.
I know.
Anyways, yeah. So there are some really, really interesting Elden Ring achievements that's happened recently. So this is a new game, obviously, that got dropped like within the last month. And already people are pulling off all kinds of amazing achievements. So check this out. A Twitch streamer by the name of Seki pulled off the world's first no-hit, no-damage run of Elden Ring and performed it live in just under 3 hours.
Oh my God.
I don't think I can complete that game in under 3 hours doing anything. 3 hours.
Huh.
The whole thing live. No hit, no damage. Now, I know some of you guys will say, hey, yo, well, someone also did a no-hit run. You don't understand. This is no hit, no damage. That means that in addition to no-hit run, there's also no environmental damage allowed. So any kind of drops that like it drops your health at any point is not allowed.
Oh my God.
So
Okay.
yes. So no hit, no damage. Right? Both at the same time. So it adds a level of difficulty. So he is in fact the first no hit, no damage streamer. Did it live, 3 hours.
Okay.
Amazing.
That's
right?
pretty impressive. Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
All right.
That's some skills. Now, if you thought 3 hours was fast, check this out. The world speed run record for this game is currently set at 12 minutes and 32 seconds at 80% unrestricted. 12 minutes and 32 seconds for Elden Ring by YouTuber Midchris. Midchris.
All right.
12 minutes and 32 seconds. That's just why I can't even boot the game up. I'll be like going through customizing the character is gonna take me like an hour just to customize the character.
Wow.
12 minutes and 32 seconds.
Okay.
And finally, YouTuber Iron Pineapple pulled off, get this, the first completely pacifist run, where the entire strategy is built on dealing no direct damage and instead utilizing only summons to do all the damage. The player is only allowed to buff and heal. Now, this run took 45 hours, but man,
so
yeah.
So it's kind of like the no hit, no damage run, or maybe not no damage, but like it's a no hit run, except he summons people to do his dirty work to kill bosses and stuff.
No, so no hit meant you not getting hit.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, you're not getting hit. So no hit, no damage means you don't take any hits or any environmental damage. No damage at all.
Okay,
period.
so this guy just does nothing. He's just like he just took a tour of the place.
Yeah. Well, this guy you can. So for this run, you can be damaged. I don't know if you did, but you can be damaged. But you can't deal damage to enemies.
Imagine
you just sit there.
Imagine doing a pacifist no hit no. A straight up pacifist no hit no damage. That would be.
I almost feel like that's possible.
I mean, just combine the two.
I don't see why
it
not.
might take a little more than it might take more than 3 hours, but you could probably. I imagine. I mean, gosh, you guys, you're making this game sound really easy.
I think the two of them should get together and try to do a no hit, no damage pacifist run.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Would be
just
crazy.
I want to see somebody make it through the entire game with, just using the analog stick.
I'm pretty sure someone out there right now is trying to beat this game with like no hits using like a Guitar Hero controller. Like it's gotta happen.
Yeah,
it's gotta happen. Someone out there is doing it right now. And I can't wait to read more about it. As if you guys see anything crazy in the community, anything fun, let us know. Those are the news that, it's just kind of fun to talk about because we do celebrate the fans. If there are things that are just off our radar, let us know.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier for us to find like official news from game companies, but these little nuggets, little gems that are out there, takes a little bit more time to discover.
Yeah.
If we
Solid
even
job
think about
tracking
it.
these down, by the way, Baku. Hats off to you, man.
Thank you.
Now, so before we wind down, Baku, what are you doing these days? Where can people find you? What are you playing?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I had just finished a game called The Cruel King and the Great Hero, and it's just this little RPG number coming from Nippon Ichi, and it was a very touching story, to be sure. Gameplay is a little but if you want a turn-based RPG to play with your kids, man, I cannot think of a better game, honestly. That game, now that I finished it, I can 100% recommend to a lot of parents out there who might want to find a turn-based RPG. Get your kids into a good habit early. Playing Call of Duty, no, you're gonna be playing turn-based. No child of mine in this household will be playing FPS. You will play your JRPG and eat your vegetables. So I think that that's a really good title. I will be starting Neo The World Ends With You. I think Wednesday. Yeah, so I typically stream Wednesday through Sunday. Today I'm taking a day off because I just really need a mental day off. But Wednesday through Sunday are my usual stream time. So please come by to twitch.tv/BakusanJRPG, link down below. And look forward to hanging out with you.
Awesome. All right. Well, I ended up accidentally taking some time off of streaming. As it turns out, after our live stream last Sunday, my computer just kind of crapped the bed, and I needed to reinstall everything. So I didn't end up getting to stream.
Is that why you disappeared for a minute? I was kind of worried. I was like, what happened to Derek?
Yeah. My computer just decided that it needed, to be completely redone. So I redone it. That was fun.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll be back at Golden Sun here pretty soon, starting tomorrow. And then after that, going into Chrono Cross. As for a little update on the Hype Responsibly shirt, we're going to be starting a new run of those soon. I'm actually meeting with the guys at Switch Wicked tomorrow in order to finalize some of the details for the non-first print run edition versions of them. I'll have updates on those as they arrive. But I'm going to try to make more sizes available for more people because we ran out of some of the really small size shirts and the really large size shirts pretty quickly, actually. So gonna need to make sure that more of those are available in the future for different. Yeah.
I got really lucky.
You did. Yeah.
I got really lucky. I probably bought the very last large. I'm so sorry for anyone out there.
So yeah, you can find me, by the way, I do stream as often as I can on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays over on Twitch at twitch.tv/SuperDerek Links, again, are in the description down below. Now, let's go ahead and take a quick gander at some of these super chats because they've actually been piling up here. Holy moly.
Just a bit. I saw a couple of things pop up. It's like, okay.
So the very first one we got was from our good friend here, Scott Pilgrim, who just said that he's going to end up missing this night's podcast tonight, but just hopes that we have a good one. So thank you very much, Scott.
Wow.
That was
thank you,
kind
Scott.
Yeah.
Yes. We hope you have a good one. Whatever you're doing, instead of being here to hang out, I'm sure there's a very good reason why. So hoping that you're having a fantastic day or night, actually, wherever you may be.
Yeah,
and hope that you can listen to the podcast from your choice of services, either through all the podcast links or coming back here on YouTube. Just know that we're here with you.
We got another one here from Duo Beard who says, "If I don't see Jack Garland in Kingdom Hearts 4, I'll be sad." Sad face.
Okay. Listen, Duo Beard.
There's a possibility.
Final Fantasy Origin is just a crappy game. I'm just kidding.
There's a possibility that it could actually be in there. There haven't been too many Final Fantasy characters showing up lately in these Kingdom Hearts games, but I mean, there could be a tie-in. I wouldn't put it past them, actually. Like, that could be a thing.
I mean, in like, so in truth, like, so, no jokes, right? I think it actually makes sense for them to bring some Final Fantasy characters back. I don't know. Did they have any Final Fantasy character in Kingdom Hearts 2? I think they did, right? And that was basically the last time. But in Kingdom Hearts 3, there was absolutely nothing, right?
It's very sad, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe, because I think a lot of fans were not actually too happy about not seeing, Final Fantasy characters in. So, given that Nomura worked on Final Fantasy Origin, it's not impossible that he might bring some kind of tie-in in there. He's within his power.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the power.
I don't see why he wouldn't. I mean, dude's crazy, so I think he's crazy, but
the trick is going to be making it work into the story as a canon reason to have them there. I guess he'll figure it out.
I mean, you act like that's been a problem.
Like it's been a limitation. Yeah. They try very hard to make everything exactly
cohesiveness. What's that? Don't know.
All right. So Darth Taco left us a message here. I gotta be honest, I don't know what this means. WTB? Want to buy. Okay. Want to buy. WTB, more Chrono Trigger HD 2D remake rumors.
Okay, so WTB is kind of like a MMO thing. I think you haven't played a lot of MMO. Yeah, no. So you
it's kind of like it's kind of like LFG, like looking for group or something like that.
WTB is want to buy, WTS is want to sell. So you'll see in chat, like in what is it called, like server chat, like you'll see like WTB and sometimes you'll find things that you'll message the person.
Okay.
So want to buy more Chrono Trigger HD remake rumors. You know what? If we get more rumors for you, we'll let you know specifically.
We'll if you WTB these, we can start making them. Okay.
we can start making. You know what? Next time you give us a super chat, I'm just gonna make something up for you, just for you. Okay. It's not hard. It's not hard to make the stuff up. But thank you so much for that.
We got a couple here back to back from Diana Lopez here, who says that they're
Diana, hello.
Yeah, they're loving the podcast. It's highlight of their week, and wow, thank you so much. This is one of the highlights of my week as well. So it's always a pleasure to put on these podcasts.
Absolutely.
Doing them live was such a solid decision. I'm glad we did.
Yeah. This is definitely a highlight. Working on the docket, not so fun, but once I can sit down and hang out with Derek, talk about it, and talk to you guys about it, that's just so rewarding that it makes it all worth it.
All right. We got another one here from Diana, who says top 5 RPGs for each of you. Yes, trying to get my kid into RPGs. He loved Ys Origin.
Oh yes, that's why I remember you from. I was like, that name sounds very familiar. Oh right, you're the person who I recommended Ys Origin to. Yes, okay. I mean, depending on your child's age, honestly, just The Cruel King and the Great Hero was a really good game. Very touching story. Lots of like
depends on the age of the game of the kid rather. TikTok Travelers looked Destiny Connect. That looked like it'd be a pretty good game for depending on the age. So I mean, it's kind of reminds me a little bit of Monster House, a little bit of like it's kind of a little bit spooky, but I mean, it probably it's a little basic for someone like our age, but it seems like it'd be pretty good based on like my time with that. I put out a experience points video talking about it not too long ago.
Yeah, absolutely. And something like obviously Pokemon is still sort of like the gateway RPG for younger kids. I mean, I was still playing Arceus, so I'm still having fun with it. So definitely something like that. I still stand by that action RPG would be good. So if you want to look into that. Now, top 5 game, Derek. What are your top 5s?
That's a huge question, and I've been wondering that myself. I mean, like there's a reason that I haven't already made like a top 5 RPGs video ever, because like it's so subjective. But okay, just like at the moment, and in no particular order, let's go Earthbound, Terranigma, Breath of Fire 3, Grandia, and Final Fantasy 9. No, Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
It's like, mine also in no particular order. I would say Trials of Mana, either the original, the remake, Final Fantasy 6, Nier Automata, which Derek hasn't played yet, Yakuza 0, and you can't tell me it's not an RPG, and also Chrono Trigger.
All right. Hey, at least we got one game in the same top 5.
Hey, yes.
Confirmed. Chrono Trigger is the best RPG of all time.
I love Chrono Trigger a little bit too much.
And then we got another one from Duo Beard here just a few moments ago who said, "You bought my t-shirt, Baku. Thank you, Baku. Chaos."
Look, man.
Yeah, thanks, Baku. God.
Look, I got the last one. That means that you had full time to get the other 49 and you didn't. So you know what? You snooze, you lose, man. I don't know what to tell you. But hey, a rerun is coming. You know, you just don't get the thank you note.
Yeah. And the emblem and on the back.
Emblem.
So
On the back, yeah.
All right.
You know what? I was gonna wear that shirt today. I was gonna wear it, but I'm like, no, it's fine. It's fine. I didn't think you would talk about. If I knew you were gonna talk about this shirt again, I would have like modeled it for you. I would have worn it and just like showed
just
it. Just
wear it every day. Just every single
every
Sunday. Yeah.
That's my Sunday shirt.
Oh man. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with us this evening and for watching or listening. If you liked today's episode, give it a thumbs up or a like on whatever platform you're on. Yeah, and thank you again for putting up with some of the technical difficulties that arose, like the audio issues that came from, believe it or not, reinstalling my computer and losing all my settings. So,
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah,
like, why were you messing with your settings?
Yep, that's why my settings got jacked. So
okay,
I appreciate you guys putting up with us, and I hope you all will put up with us next Sunday. But until then, I hope you all have a great week. Baku, any closing thoughts?
Dear Kingdom Hearts fan, best wishes to not waiting another 15 years for Kingdom Hearts 4, even though it's been announced. Just don't bet on it.
Yeah.
Don't hold your breath.
Hype responsibly. Yeah.
Hype responsibly. Don't hold your breath. I get it. I get it. The gameplay looks great. Just remember that we've seen gameplays from Final Fantasy 13 Versus, and then that dragged on. So just don't think it's gonna come out like, oh, it's gonna come out in like the next 6 months. It could, but also don't expect that to happen. So best wishes.
All right. Thanks everyone. See you in the next one.